We are live.
And a
All right.
camera.
Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Rocky Hill Public Building Commission meeting of October 12th, 2021. Call to order at 5:32 p.m. Next item up is approval of draft minutes from our September 13th meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Gansey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Todd. Any discussion? Discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Minutes are approved. Anyone for public comment? Public comment? Public comment. Public comment is closed. On to our Community Senior Center project update from our owner's rep Colliers. David, the podium is yours.
Thank you. David Valerie Colliers. Let's see, we'll go through the finances first, and as usual, Paul and Rocco will fall in behind me to fill in any of the gaps or other questions that you may have. Financially, I believe the package included a financial status report dated October 7th, and I'll just summarize that. So the project budget is $10.5 million. Of the $10.5 million, we have just over $10.2 under contract, and of that $10.2 under contract, a little over $9.5 million has been paid, and $659,000 is unpaid. That's under contract. There is also an additional $291,000 that is what we call planned but not contracted, and the bulk of that is in the contingency log for additional items through PAC. There is some miscellaneous bond financing costs and some other associated miscellaneous costs that are outlined in that column, leaving us a total anticipated cost of just under the $10.5 million, with a remaining balance in the project. Pretty much we're right there. I think we're showing a surplus of somewhere around $600, but pretty much we're right at the budget, and that includes everything that you see in the plan but not contracted column, and also anything that is approved or pending on the contingency log, which is all itemized out. So all of that included, all in, we have about a $600 balance in the project. As invoices come in, I send them in to John and Mona. So I do believe I got a Q today sometime. You have one in front of you this evening, but I think there's another one that I just got. So the timing of this meeting is a little off from the normal cycle.
So we don't have any PRs that are being priced currently?
Yes, there are. They are the unshaded items in the contingency log is what is outstanding.
But it's covered in your...
Yeah, it's included in there, yep. I think the only other thing worth noting is finally the grading and stormwater work in the backside of the building is done. We're hoping to get striping done soon. The anticipation is that plugged sanitary line for the two existing bathrooms, we're going to redirect it into one of the new sanitary lines going down the hallway, and it looks like we're going to be doing that over the holiday break in December. It seemed to be the best timing, as opposed to shut major access of the building down and impacting programs. We just figured we would accomplish that work at that time. So I think with that, that's where we stand financially, unless you all have any questions.
And you think you've captured all of the change orders? Everything
that
we're aware of?
Yeah, everything
right now.
that I know of, yes.
Because I know we were, surplus of $60,000 a couple of months, or about a month ago?
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of that had to do with CR 57, which is the extended general conditions. I carried the full amount on that, being conservative again.
Okay.
And that includes that work in December that we're talking about?
That does not.
No.
The decision was made by the town to do that through the town budget, I guess then through the project budget. It was an existing line, and that's the decision that was made.
Outside of the
It's not going to
project.
go through the project.
Right.
It's going to be a town project funded by town funds, not revenue.
By, construction by TBD, or is it PAC?
It most likely will be PAC because their subs are familiar with it unless someone wants to go a different route, but we wanted to
Close
close
the contract.
this out in the
Yeah.
end. We don't want to spend Halloween with PAC any more than we want.
Yeah, no offense. The only other thing worth noting is that the, some of the late ads for egress lighting, as an example, we did break out the materials for the egress lighting separately from the labor because we wanted to get them ordered because there is a lead time. So at our last meeting, Tom, I believe you were going to follow up with Paul.
I did,
think.
yep.
Okay.
I talked to Paul today.
Okay, so I'm addressing the schedule. There are a couple of lingering items with long lead times, like those light fixtures that may be out a few weeks or 5 weeks, that are lingering out there. But for the most part, we're reaching the end of the road. We've got everything identified, everything in design, everything is, for the most part, priced. We've got a couple of outstanding items, and we've got some lead times on some issues, but we are coming to a close. Okay?
So did we reach substantial completion?
Yes.
What was the date of that?
September 22nd, if my memory's right. 21st. Sorry.
And do we have CO for the entire building right now, or is it still lingering because of those 2 bathrooms?
No, we got a conditional
TCO.
certificate of occupancy partial.
Yeah, so once those bathrooms are addressed, the fixture count goes back into our favor. We can
Yep.
open up the games room again. And also what's being affected, the games room, is that egress lighting. So the games room was an easy one to carve out. But it was due to the fixture count and with
Right.
the sanitary issue and the egress lighting.
Do we have a plan in place for the plumbing? We have a sketch or anything? Is that coming from you guys? Yeah. Okay. All right, thank you.
So do we have the AIA form for substantial completion? Was there an exhibit B attached to it? Was that part of it?
Yes.
Do we have a copy of that?
The town does. I can certainly send you one.
We a copy, right?
I'm not sure if I sent one to the subcommittee, actually. But we definitely.
Yeah, I don't recollect seeing one.
Yeah, I can forward it on. But it has a punch list attached to it, costs associated with it.
I think it was attached to the punch list that was shared with the entire
Yeah.
group, but that may not have been the final.
What is it?
The AIA
I can't remember what form it was.
request.
Right.
If that's what the town does, because it's kind of quirky here.
But yes, a formal one was issued. I'll get a copy. I'll copy all you guys on it. I'll send it out tomorrow.
Anybody have anything else for David? Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Up next, Rocco with QA&M Architects.
So, the building is substantially complete. We had our grand opening ribbon cutting last week, saw a lot of you there, and everybody seemed to receive it pretty well. The few outstanding items, Dave touched on most of them. The other one is the metal siding, which we're working with PAC to get a substitute item. I've met out on site this week with the fabricator and the installer to talk about what would happen, and I'm just awaiting shop drawings from them to confirm how it's all going to be installed. I guess I can let Paul talk about the rest of the progress of the building.
you wanted to bring up the fire pit. Is that fireplace working?
Oh, yeah, I don't know when but yes, during the grand opening, they can only get one of the little fireplaces running. Was that just a minor?
I think so. There's a switch that's actually on the fireplace that needs to be turned on, as well as a switch on the wall for the timer to work. So I don't know if that all got coordinated and
Did you
figured
do
out.
staff training
Because
before we had the opening?
I think Paul was able to turn it on later,
Part of the
right?
Yeah, we did do the staff training on the fireplaces, so Phil was aware, but I hadn't followed up with Phil, I was on vacation this week, so.
Okay.
I'll confirm though, the original problem was the switch on the units themselves.
All right.
Those were replaced, or they were a problem? I mean, were they a problem or just not
They
coordinated?
weren't
Yeah.
turned on.
Sometimes you gotta, I even had the problem with my own fire pit at my house, so couldn't figure it out until so I had to open the instruction books.
So there was an internal switch,
Right, there's an internal switch onto it and then, right.
well as the timer.
So it's not the machine isn't a problem, it's just
No.
coordination of understanding.
If you don't have that in, it won't allow for the flow of the propane to
Gotcha.
go, or the gas, natural gas to go in,
Gotcha.
so.
All right, well, a couple other things walking around. The elevator disconnect. They're not, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, the
Chairlift.
disconnect that's on the wall in the hallway.
Yeah, out in the hallway.
Yep.
Finish on it's pretty rough in the main hallway. There's not really a finished edge around,
Right.
it's just compound.
Yeah, that was something that we had worked out with Phil, so he's going to provide the box and the faceplate that's going to go over
Okay.
the top of that.
All right.
Yeah, we're not allowed to cover it.
Yeah, I was just thinking even trim something a little nicer in the main hall.
He wants it locked up and secured.
Okay. Where do we stand with the kitchen walls? You know, the bubbling of that?
Bubbling, most of that should have been taken, all of it should have been taken care of. If there's any that's there, then we'll have to address it, but
There's still bubbles, and it's not like it was before, but there are
Yeah.
still
they did
bubbles
basically
throughout.
reinstall all of it on the walls.
I just walked through a little while ago.
Okay.
I did notice one of the mirrors in the fitness room. It's the first mirror when you walk in on the right when you walk into that back room.
Yep.
It's not set to the wall on one edge, it's sticking off. You can almost put your finger a little bit behind it. It's where the two pieces of glass met. I don't know if they caught, but they're not flush.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
And then, this isn't part of that, but I noticed a car parked with no one in it in the loop. I think we're gonna, probably for the town to do, put some no parking signs so that people don't pull up to that front door there and
Just
park
leave
their
their
car and come in, you know. 'cause
Right.
There was a car there parked today, so
Well, they
that's
thought they
probably-
got a great parking spot.
Yeah,
Close to the building.
that's probably something for the town to do. But, that was a couple things I noticed.
Anybody have anything else for Rocco? No? Okay,
All right.
thank you. Paul, it's all yours, PAC Group.
So just a quick review of schedule. On the interior, as Rocco mentioned, substantially complete. We still have a presence on site. We've been working with Phil pretty much daily on anything that comes up. You'll see the cleaners out there tonight. We're spot cleaning some porcelain tile, some areas that caught Phil's eye in the corridor. So we're addressing anything that comes up as it comes up. On the exterior, Rocco mentioned the insulated metal panels. We're looking at about a 1 week lead time, but Newcastle was on site, met with Rocco and the super that was here, and kind of reviewed details. So the last piece of the puzzle is just the panel size, so the widths of the panel, and the coils are readily available in the color we were looking for. So it should go quick once they're here. Everything's going to be fabricated on site to the lengths we need, so it should be a fairly quick installation. Line striping is really the only other item on the exterior that remains open, so it's a couple added arrows entry, kind of forcing people not to park there, but I do think you'll need some signs, and some additional line striping for ADA. But besides that, on the exterior, it's pretty much wrapped up. And we will have some coping work to do once insulated metal panels are on, but we do have a roof warranty in hand. And from a commissioning standpoint, we do have, I believe at this point, it's under a half a dozen items open with BVH, so we're working with RZ to get responses out to them on Blue Rhythm. We had Swan out for the Dakin RTUs, just troubleshooting some issues we had there, but everything's situated, and manufacturer's happy, BVH is happy, and RZ is happy, so fine-tuning stage.
And yeah, we're still reviewing your change requests for the extended general conditions. So hopefully I think we all want to get that wrapped up sooner than later. So
Absolutely.
we'll get back to you on that if we have any questions.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just thought of one more. During the opening, in the center of the tile in front of the door, the tile when you enter the door.
Yep.
There's like the dead center. There's a chipped tile. The corner of it's broken off, and it's probably happened since it was installed because there's no grout. The grout didn't fill it. So I did notice that too.
We'll take a look at that as well.
Would it be appropriate, can we talk about the requisition before we go to vote for it? Just a couple questions on it. Or do we have to approve it and then discuss it? How do you want it?
Yeah, I think you're better off approving it, approving it, yeah, make the motion and then have discussion before it's, before it's discussed.
Okay.
Oh, and one more item on schedule. I know you were talking about extended GCs in the bathroom work. The way everything's tracking with the emergency fixtures and the rail, it's about an 8-week lead time. So we're thinking it's going to fall in that same period, mid-December to the holidays. So we're hoping it rolls right through with each other.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Correspondence and communications. John, do we have anything new in the packet? Not that I could see.
So I just said that we did receive a conditional certificate of occupancy on Friday night. So,
Okay.
from the building department.
Good. All right. Bill payment recommendations. We have 2 invoices in our packet. One from our architect, GC.
Do Pat first.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve PAC invoice number 200-1716 in the amount of $89,921.17.
Second the motion.
I have a motion made and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I have some. I see we've held back a little bit on the signage and painting and, and the paving and so on. The siding itself, I'm not seeing it held back there, unless I'm missing something, Paul.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
Can you guide me to the right location here?
07252.
Flipping thing here would
Yeah,
work.
I know, that's the problem.
Son of a gun. Give me 1 second, please. Get caught back up.
Yeah, it's about 140,000 roughly.
Sorry about that. Just tablet not working. I'm sorry, what was it, Paul?
0752.
This is not the steel siding, it's actually the metal panel.
Gotcha. Okay. I missed it. Thank you. That was my only comment.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Invoice approved.
I'd like to make a motion to approve invoice 13 for Quisenberry Arcari Malik, invoice 13727 with a, in the amount of $4,388.32 with a recommendation that we approve it with the condition that we have further discussion on some open items that we still need to go through, similar to what we're going to have a discussion about the general conditions too. So,
Second the motion.
A motion made in a second. Do I have any discussion?
You want to elaborate more
about,
in regards to
well, there's still some open.
approving prior to discussion?
Well, I mean, we want to discuss further, some of the items that are open that might be considered errors and omissions based on their recommendation, being that Collier's recommendation. It needs to be reviewed. It needs to be discussed and hashed out. And seeing that Tom's not here, plus this I don't think is the appropriate time to really hash it all the details out.
I agree.
So it's just more of a comment that,
Yeah. I mean, we just need to dig into these things, and we hope to do it sooner than later, for just like we want to take care of the general conditions, so we know where our bottom lines lie after.
And just so we're clear that we're not authorizing payment until that discussion happens.
Right.
is what that is, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Further discussion? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Abstentions? Okay. Invoice approved with a caveat that
Right.
we have further discussion.
Did we need to address the other two CRs that were outstanding that you were waiting for me on? Or are we to handle that under the subcommittee?
We should be able to approve it here tonight if you're good with it.
I'm fine.
Do we have revised CRs or?
No, I was checking on the pricing on two PRs. I think it was 96 and 56 in regards to the lighting. I'm fine with it.
You're good with them?
John, I'll send those to you tomorrow.
Was it 96 and 56?
Was it 101 and 96, Paul?
Okay.
96 and 106, I just had them up, yeah.
No. 96, we just gave John the wrong information. John, did you hear that? 96 and 106 are the approved new items that were open?
Okay, got it.
Okay. With that being said,
Did we have a vote on that to approve it to the whole?
I think did we approve it with the,
Caveat
No.
that
with the
I don't
carry
think you
that
did.
Tom was gonna check into the fixtures?
I don't
No.
think you did.
No, so why don't we get the
Why don't
whole
we just-
body here, so.
All right.
Maybe you could just bring them up to speed real.
So, let's see here. We tabled two change orders. Actually, Dave, maybe you can go through these quick because
Yeah, I'm
You'll-
looking
you'll
at
know
them
where they
now.
are.
So the,
you want to come up to the podium, please?
Paul, I have them here, but just, so I believe we were talking about the 94, which is the added egress lighting per the fire marshal for the materials of those. That's 94. We also have 101, CR 101, which was for the added emergency fixtures in those rooms. And wasn't there another one?
No, you had two A1Es and one change order.
Okay, yeah, that's
That
it.
was one change, and then the other change
So it's
were-
90, it's 94 and 101.
Right, we're four pieces total, 3 and 1. All exterior lighting, correct.
No.
Now, the two inside, that's one change order. The other change order was exterior.
All exterior, yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, change order request 94 and 101, total amount of $6,593.38. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Discussion? Discussion, hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Change order is approved. With that, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
3.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. We are adjourned at
6:56 or
5:56.
5:56, yes.
Have a good
We've
night.
got to be breaking records with the amount of time.